I am curious on like how companies can take care of that. Like, it's gonna probably be a stupid question. Maybe somebody doesn't have the answer, maybe somebody does. But like, how do companies give severance when they're laying people off? Like, how do you have the runway to lay somebody off and give them, like most companies I know give like 3 months or something like that. I think it's probably close to the average. So
Mhm.
how do you say, hey, like we got to let you go today, but we'll give you 3 months worth of pay? Like to
I
me,
have,
I'm just confused on how that works, you know? Or
what do you
why wouldn't they
like?
say like, hey, like we got to let you go in 3 months and we'll pay you to help you find a job, but like in 3 months you'll be gone. I don't know if they just think people won't work or they'll tarnish the company, but I feel like it should be like, hey, like we'll give you 3 months, but we're gonna have to let you go.
Because it looks better on the books. Because if you're employed full time, your yearly salary counts towards the company's books. But if you let someone go, you only have to pay them that 3 month chunk. So if someone makes, for example, let's say like $100,000, if you only do 3 months, maybe that's like what, $3 or $4,000 on the books versus $100,000 in
Mhm.
burn. And so that's why people. So it's because when you look at, I think how it works, and this is just my understanding. I could be completely wrong, but like why it's, for instance, like if someone is looking to get acquired or you're looking to slim your business up,
Mhm.
when you're going through like the financial like due diligence, you look at how much liability does the company have, how much burn. Every salary is burn. That's why people are the easiest thing to cut, because it looks bad against the books, because you have to
So
add up
you're saying
everyone's
that
yearly salary.
You're
It's
saying
like,
that once you give severance, it's like, hey, we cut it off now, and then the next month our documents, our statements look better. Is that what you're saying?
because you're, yeah,
Okay.
you're removing the total cost of the salary against their, like, the books, like against
Okay.
a
So
balance sheet.
is it like
Companies have the money to pay out
yeah.
severance.
Hmm.
Is it
It,
like everybody gets like a standardized amount, or is it
usually
like
it's usually it's like, we'll pay for like your next couple months, so like you get the
Mm.
same pay that you were. So
yeah, okay.
it's just, companies do it differently. Like when I got laid off before, I only got my next month.
Mm,
Like, so like they paid me out through the next month.
yeah.
Some companies, like I've had people in my network who were in higher positions who got an entire year's worth of severance.
Wow.
And then, but they were like very, very high up in a
Hmm.
Fortune 500 large company. But
Mm,
I've also had people who, like what you said, you can get six, three, it depends on the company.
yeah.
But if a company doesn't have money to pay severance, like they probably don't have much money anyway. Like I think, because companies always have cash on reserve. Like they always have. I feel like you can't operate if you only have like a week or a month ahead. Like,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you have to have more of a runway to actually operate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Facts.
So just the CFOs, the financial people are just that good at projections. They're like, hey, we have to cut this number because I guess it's probably like a budget sheet. You look at your
Mhm.
budget, you're like, hey, these many months we're ending up over our projection, so we got to cut. I guess that makes sense.
I think there's a lot of different factors that go into it too. Like depending on what the company wants to do. Like if you're trying to get acquired and you have investors looking at you, or potential companies looking at you, like if you have so much debt and so much burn and you're not profitable, people, you're like, your buying price is going to be low, or your acquisition price is going to be low, etc. And so like that's why companies will make like a 10% layoff to
Hmm.
even out their debt to equity ratio or whatever.
Yeah. It's wild, man.
Yeah, I mean
Um,
it's a business. It's
yeah.
That's
biz.
true. That's very true.